Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I don't think I'm the only one who dearly misses the Fuji Superia Extra. It is actually one of the first films that I ever shot. I loved it, I loved the colors, but unfortunately, as we all know, it's now been discontinued, it's no longer being produced. It is such a shame because it was pretty inexpensive, it was a beautiful film, I loved the color palette, it was quite unique. But yeah, what can I say, this is just how it goes in the world of film stocks. Some get discontinued, some will stay forever. It's fine, we'll always have new things to try out. Now last year, Fuji introduced some new color films, the 200 and the 400 Fuji Color, and a lot of us were wondering if it's going to be like the Fuji Superia or a completely different film stock. And a lot of people noticed that unlike the previous Fuji films, which were made in Japan, these new Fuji Color films are now made in the USA. It does say somewhere on the box.
3 days later.
Oh, there you go. Made in USA. Hello. Okay, so I guess you'll have to take my word for it. And for this reason and many others, there has also been a lot of speculation that this is just repackaged Kodak film. So specifically that the Fuji Color 200 is Kodak Gold and that the Fuji Color 400 is Kodak Ultramax. And to be quite honest with you, the similarities are pretty uncanny. So if these film stocks were not the same, they were at least very, very similar. And many people have also suggested that although it may not be specifically the current Kodak Gold and the current Kodak Ultramax, it might be repackaged old Kodak formulas. Yeah, I mean, no one has officially confirmed this, but no one has also said that it isn't. And since there was no data sheet for the new Fuji film stocks up until very recently, these speculations kind of continued. But now the data sheet has also been released and it has been compared. And although the curves look very similar, it might not be fair to say that they're exactly the same. And so I just wanted to try both of these film stocks out, try this for myself, compare, contrast. So in my faithful Minolta X700, I have loaded the Fuji Color 400, and once I finished the film stock, I have loaded the Kodak Ultramax 400. Now yeah, I admit this is not a very scientific comparison because I did not shoot the same shots with both of the films. Obviously this is a poor man's version because I just have one Minolta X700, but yeah, the lighting conditions and everything was pretty much the same, so I think you can get a reasonable enough comparison, hopefully, from my video. I rated both of the films at 400 ISO, so box speed. Both film stocks were also developed in the same lab, scanned in the same lab, so we're trying to be consistent here. I'm going to be showing you the photos I took, and I'm always going to write down which one of the films the picture was taken on. And I decided to test them at a Sunday flea market because you just get such an abundance of interesting scenes and people. These markets, they really do sell everything. So if you've ever needed anything super random, you will find it there. I was a little rusty. I do not get a lot of time lately to go out and take pictures, so I was being a bit awkward. I didn't take the shots I did want to take. I missed so many good opportunities, but at the same time on this day I actually took one of my favorite pictures that I ever took. So, you know, takes one to make me happy. Of course, this is Paris, you never just have one thing going on at once, and so there was this flea market, there was also a big protest going on at the same time. I was originally going to take pictures at the protest, but then I just got so completely sucked into the flea market because there was just so much going on. I must have walked by so many different street photographers at that market. I think they were like 50% of the people in attendance. So my idea was not that original, but I had such a good time. Time flew. So yes, I do have to say that these film stocks were very, very similar as far as the color palette goes. Some people have actually suggested that the Fuji one is on the warmer side, very slightly, which could actually be true from the comparisons I've seen online. It does seem to lean a bit more towards like warm and yellow and orange, which of course is the exact opposite of what we knew the Fuji Superia for, which was much more of a cooler film. It really had those characteristic greens. So if I can say anything for sure, is that the Fuji Color 400 is absolutely not even similar to the Fuji Superia Extra. So yeah, I think we knew that much. Now I also took a look at both of the negatives. One does say Fuji, the other one does say Kodak, but other than that, they are pretty similar. Perhaps with some fancy equipment, you could see more differences, but just taking a look at them against the sun, the two negatives seem very interchangeable to me. So I'm just realizing that I keep calling it Fuji Color. I don't think that's the actual name. It's just Fujifilm Color Negative. Now the grain was pretty consistent across both of the film stocks, so I did not see many differences there. So was the color saturation. And now one thing I did notice was that because on the day I had very mixed lighting, and also because the different market stands were covered, so there were a lot of shadows and lights that the film stock had to deal with, and I did feel that in that sense the KODAK Ultramax performed much better. But yes, I do feel that the Fuji struggled a little bit more with the shadows and with the mixed lighting in general. So a lot of my shots on this one didn't actually turn out very good, where the KODAK Ultramax handled mixed lighting much better. As far as the colors go, there might be some subtle differences in the color palette, but to the naked eye, or at least to my naked eye, and in this specific scenario where I was shooting the film, I did not see a lot of difference at all. You already know that I love the KODAK Ultramax. It is my go-to film, and so I was of course more than satisfied with the result of the Fuji color negative, because the results were pretty much the same. In most stores I went to, the Fuji was just a little bit cheaper than the KODAK, so that could be an advantage. That being said, the better latitude on the KODAK film was definitely worth that extra euro or two. So if I know I'll be in a situation with mixed light, I am still more likely to reach for the KODAK Ultramax. Let's be honest, I'll probably reach for it anyway because I'm a ride or die when it comes to Ultramax. But yeah, being completely frank, I really do see where all this speculation and comparison comes from. The film stocks are so similar. And I think we've all probably guessed that Fujifilm is not producing a new formula for these ones. They might be slightly tweaking an existing formula, if that. But of course, without confirmation, we're all still just guessing. So is the new Fujifilm Color 400 the KODAK Ultramax? Yes, it is. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. I'm just kidding, I have no idea, but I wanted to compare them side by side to see the similarities, see the differences, and hopefully we can all make our own opinion on this. It definitely is not a secret that Fuji work with third parties for film production, so they're definitely not lying to us or anything. We know they've had financial problems, so this surely does not make it easy to put out new film stocks, new formulas on the market. That's completely fine. So if you expected a replacement film for the Fuji Superia Extra, that's not happening. I'm very sorry about that. It is not this one. If you were looking for a brand new original formula, I don't think that this is it either. If it is, then it is not super original. I do believe this is Kodak, so whether it is the actual Ultramax or a predecessor, then that's completely fine. I just wanted to try it out for myself, see the results for myself. That way I know what I'm buying, what to expect. Hopefully this helped you out. Let me know below if you've tried it. Let me know if you've pushed it or pulled it. Maybe the results are very different if you do not shoot it at box speed. Maybe that would make it stand out more. I'm likely going to try it myself. The weather is beautiful. I'll try to get back out there and take more pictures because this lack of time has been rough. If you enjoyed the video, let me know. If you disagree with anything I said or if I forgot anything, then do let me know as well. I am by no means an authority on film stocks. I just like taking pictures on film. So thank you for joining me once again in one of my videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all very soon again. Bye bye.